Well done, Corporal. Well done. I doubt a dozen soldiers could have done it better. Sokolov's knowledge will enable us to strike at the Lord Regent directly, and ultimately help you get your life back. Soon, we won't have to hide in the shadows. The royal physician is brilliant, but he was a fool to protect the Lord Regent. Sokolov gave us the elixir, the war machines. He could have made us a great nation. Now he pays the price for siding with a tyrant. You have my thanks, sir. If you wish to get some sleep, now is a good time.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host Learbach, and you're just in time for more Dishonored. In the last episode, we kidnapped Sokolov, a great inventor and artist, a Renaissance man of this time period. And in this episode, we're gonna upgrade bend time to level 2, which will completely stop time. Allow us to move normally. In fact, I'll go ahead and show it off right now. You can see we move pretty normally. They don't move at all. So yeah, that's gonna be helpful, I believe, in the next mission. I said that like two missions ago,
I'm a
but
natural philosopher, but today consider me a humble craftsman here to serve.
it's kind of a little creepy. Good, I need new weapons and stuff. So I got Boot Stealth 1. We got that last mission. So now we can go ahead and upgrade that. And I think that's all we're going to do for now. I know we need to reload on stuff, but that there's something else I want to get beforehand. That we can't get quite yet, but we'll be able to get in a sec. I don't think we've read this note. The door to nowhere has proven to be a safety hazard, but for me, this project is an endless source of inspiration. With the proper application of energies, I believe I can transform the door frame into a window of sorts. One that will allow a traveler to come the distance from my workshop to some distant arbitrary point around in a single step. Currently, the step leads to a sheer drop, straight down into the courtyard, but in time it will bridge gaps that will boggle the mind. Such work is many years away, to be sure, but if I survive this plague, I'm sure to succeed. Huh. So, is this going to be a blue portal or an orange portal? Ah, that's awesome. Let's see if there's anything new here.
Logic is flawed, anyone can see that. And not an original idea to be heard. His notes are a mess if he even keeps them. How
The thing
he
is
got
new.
this far is anyone's guess. He says what they want to hear. Friend of the rich. That's his method. Sokolov's true genius is pampering the aristocracy. Fools.
Okay. So yeah, you may have noticed when we were talking to Havelock, one of the reasons for staying up was to say goodnight to Emily. She's being kept in this tower here, which I really like the design here, because there's our bed right here. We can just walk right on across and say goodnight to her. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, shall we?
Please be as quiet as you can. It took forever for Emily to fall asleep.
Oh.
Poor dear. It's okay, Emily, I'm here. She seems happier when you're here. Though I know you have important things to do. Out there in the city.
She seems kind of... There's a picture of the golden cat. It's kind of a... Well, I guess, yeah, she went through quite an ordeal with her mother dying. Call to the spheres. I'm gonna have to read some of these sometime. We can listen to that real quick.
There's hardly a need to work on table etiquette. She knows it all, even if she chooses not to employ it. She'd rather hold her spoon by the wrong end and pretend it's a sword. Then suddenly she changes and she's all manners, asking for a tea party. I tried to oblige her, but I have little to work with. No proper plate. Instead of a cloth napkin, I've only the bar rack. Ale mugs instead of teacups. I've asked for things befitting her, but they have their minds on other things. For now, Emily and I decided to make a pretend dinner using paper and little things she's found here and there. On the floor, I suppose. Not right for a princess, but it'll have to do.
Oh yeah, you gotta make do with what you can. I guess. Yeah. But anyway, I think we've done enough exploration here. Huh, I can barely hear that. Means you guys probably can't hear that at all, but you can see the subtitle there. That's at least something. Right there we got sleep darts for completing the mission. Lord Pendleton's reward. Okay, so I didn't explain this during the first mission, but whenever you complete the secondary objective of these missions, that the way that you would keep the person alive, you're usually rewarded with the reward from the other person, from the person in question that asked you to keep the other person alive. I know it's a little complex. If you've been keeping up with the game, you should know what I'm talking about here. So yeah, this is Pendleton's prize for us, which I did not read that note. Let me go back and notes. This matter with my brothers has not been pleasant at all, so I don't wish to discuss it further. However, I really must thank you. I've heard that you found some other means of neutralizing them without taking their lives. Ingenious. Wherever they are, even if they are miserable, they are alive at least. So perhaps someday I will see them again. So yeah. So we didn't kill them, as you may have guessed. Instead we decided to neutralize them in different ways. Which again, we're going to be doing this for all our main targets here. And I have to say, it's probably a fate worse than death from what we've seen so far. We've had one guy, you got the overseer guy, he got barred from his
Corvo,
group.
wake up!
The Pendleton brothers
While you were sleeping.
abandoned in mine
I
shafts.
decided to nap here in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always run here.
You can say her whatever you want. Just like your daughter does.
When she's done with her bath. Thanks, Corvo. It makes me feel better.
No matter what you do, it doesn't make any real difference. Quite frankly, I look at her like she's basically our daughter at this point. I mean, it's fairly clear that she and Corvo's relationship has at least something. The drawing I made with you without the scary mask. Aw. And Daddy right there. See? So I think there might have been something between Corvo and the Empress before she died. Like there was something, some obvious feeling between each other, though they may not have shared it. And before we go to Sokolov, we've got a few other things I want to check out real quick. Like, whoa. What is Piero doing?
I know it looks... I was inventing a new kind of lock. The tumblers, shaped like snowflakes. Okay. The truth is, there is no snowflake lock. I was just, looking through the lock.
I'd rather you didn't spy on people here, Piero.
I couldn't bear it if she knew. I know you're a man of honor, and I also know that you can kill me at any time. And for both of these reasons, I apologize and beg for your discretion.
So yeah, just out of curiosity, we're gonna see who he's spying on. Oh. Yeah, you should have seen that coming. Just so you know, you can barge in and talk to her interrupt during a bath. I've done it several times, all times by accident. Because I think.
Attention Dunwall citizens.
Let me see right here. Yeah, there's an item in there. There's always an item in there that I always try to get. I forget that she's in there, so I'm like, ooh, an item! So I do this first, and I start collecting items, like you see me doing right now. And I see the item, I'm like, ooh, go in there. She is not naked, just to let you know. This may be an M-rated game, but there's no nudity. Otherwise, you'll have seen this on Fox News. Can you have sex while in the bathroom? Dishonored says you can, despite the fact... Actually, I'm surprised they didn't say anything about that. Though I guess it had to be an actual sexual scene, like let's say I think Mass Effect had one, but it didn't show anything. It showed like from the chest, from like the neck up. Like, and people wonder why people, and no one, absolutely no one wonders why Fox is hated. Between that and the whole Bulletstorm thing, Storm person.
Physician knows his wines.
So yeah, that brings me to the thing we want to buy. Where there he is up there. Okay, this helps a lot for finding people, and items also. I did not know that was there. I guess we go ahead and talk to Pierre real quick.
My unique services?
I know we talked to him the night. I know we talked to him last night, but there is a reason I wanted to talk to him now. Got boot stealth too? Huh? Weird. Okay, so right there we got King Street Brandy. We want to go ahead and get that. That'll come in useful later on. We want boot stealth too. You can probably get the boot stealth just by the name. It reduces your footprint, the noise you make while running. There we go. We go ahead and get all that, and now we want to go talk to Sokolov. Now you may have noticed when we talked to Wallace here, he said something about the royal physician knowing his wines. That should kind of give you a little hint of what to do. When I first played this, I just bought the brandy and didn't know.
Will cooperate.
I always went to Piero the morning and
Unlike you,
bought stuff,
friend
but
Corvo knows what loyalty means.
Bah, I am loyal to my inner spirit. You are the one consorting with the most wanted man in the Empire.
I believe this will
My
actually
belief
open
that
that
Corvo was innocent in the
in
death of the Empress.
the lighter.
And the
So
former
you may
spy
open
master,
it.
or the
We
Lord
open this.
Regent, as he calls himself, is a ruthless tyrant bent on destroying this city, the heart of the Empire.
You are mistaken if you think there's love between me and our Lord Regent. But whatever you intend to do here, I assure you, I am beyond petty scare tactics.
If I don't scare you, Sokolov, perhaps these rats will. Even if they don't carry plague. I've heard of a swarm of rats stripping a child's body to the bone in half a minute. I've heard worse. How long do you think it'll be before you talk? Before you beg to talk?
Rats? Is that the company you keep now, Admiral?
It's the company you keep that interests us, Sokolov. We know you painted a portrait of the Lord Regent's mistress, the very aristocrat who is funding the military with her fortune. She is the key to the Lord Regent's control over the city, and we must have her name.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you.
Talk to Havelock
It's
first.
time to put him to the question.
Yes. It's time to question him.
You're part of this rabble, but I know you have your reasons.
Yes, he does. All we need is the name of the Lord Regent's mistress. It's very simple.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my mouse pad. I found a bottle of King Street for you.
King Street brandy? I didn't know any more existed. It is an extraordinary gift. I see I'm dealing with men of taste.
Oh,
I can't
there
tell
goes his
you.
willpower.
She was always referred to as Lady Boyle. I painted her to be sure, but I never saw her face or learned her first name. You see, I painted her from behind. I assure you, she still makes a striking portrait.
Huh.
But I do not know which Boyle she is. I was to be introduced to her at a masked ball in her honor this very night. But I will miss that party, it seems.
A masked ball at the Boyle estate. Tonight? The timing is perfect, Corvo. But the Boyles are wealthy and ruthless, so security will be very tight.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
He's right. You will be able to mingle with them once you're on the ground. You'll have to find out which of the Boyle women is connected to the Lord Regent and take her out in whatever way you can devise. We're very close now. If you do this tonight, you'll be able to strike at the Lord Regent himself and put Emily on the throne. May the wind favor you.
Okay, so we got our next mission. We gotta take out Lady Boyle. But the right Boyle.
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight. I have just a tiny favor I'd like to ask you. Could you give this note to Lord Shaw?
Okay.
You'll know him. A rather brusque man wearing a wolf's mask. In fact, he may be looking for me.
Huh. Okay. So, it looks to me... Oh look, there's Emily. What's she up to? Nothing? Okay. Weird. So it seems to me... What was I gonna say? A good old memory of mine coming back. But anyway, I think what we're gonna do is this is a good stopping point right now. In the next episode, we'll start the mission up proper. But until then, I'll see you guys later.